Hello dear students, welcome to the second session on the chapter valuation of goodwill. Here in this session we are going to start discussing with regard to the various methods of valuation of goodwill. As we have already discussed in the previous session, there are in total 4 methods for the valuation of goodwill. The first one is average profit method, second one is super profit method, third one is capitalization method, and the fourth one is annuity method. So let us take up the first method now, that is average profit method. In the average profit method, goodwill is calculated on the basis of certain number of years purchase of adjusted average annual profit or future maintainable profits. So here what we do is either we calculate adjusted average annual profit or future maintainable profit. Then that will be taken as the base to calculate the value of goodwill by taking certain number of years purchase. So here certain number of years purchase is nothing but how many times of the adjusted average profit we have to consider as a value of goodwill. Say they will give you 3 years purchase. 3 years purchase is nothing but 3 times the average profit. If they give you 2 years purchase, then it is 2 times the average profit should be taken as the value of goodwill. In that case, the formula to calculate the value of goodwill will be adjusted average annual profit into number of years of purchase. In the previous method also we have discussed about one simple question. Similarly here also let us take up one illustration. The profits of the firm for the last 5 years are 2015 10,000, 2016 8,000, 2017 12,000, 2018 4,000, 2019 6,000. So these are the profits for the last 5 years. Calculate the value of goodwill on the basis of 3 years purchase of the average profits of past 5 years. So here after we calculate the average profits for past 5 years, the value of goodwill will be taken at 3 years purchase of the average profit. Nothing but 3 times the average profit should be taken as the value of goodwill. So let us see the solution here. First we are going to calculate the average profit. So average profit is equal to total profits of the past 5 years divided by number of years. So here 40,000 divided by 5. So average profit comes to 8,000. In the second step, we are going to calculate the value of goodwill. Goodwill is equal to average profit into number of years of purchase, that is 8,000 into 3, which comes to 24,000. Okay. So this is a very simple question, but usually you will come across lot many adjustments with regard to abnormal losses, non-operating profits or losses, non-recurring expenses or income or non-recurring profits or losses, etc. Okay, so you have to calculate the value of goodwill after adjusting for those adjustments. In such a case, what are the steps you have to follow to calculate the value of goodwill? Let us see that. So here first step would be for the calculation of adjusted average annual profits. So let us understand the meaning of this terminology, that is adjusted average annual profits. You know what is annual profit? So that is a profit of one particular year. Okay, every year what is the profit you are going to get? That is the annual profit per annum. Okay, what is the average annual profit means what? If we are given the profit for 5 years, you are going to divide it by 5 in order to calculate the average annual profit. Now what is adjusted average annual profit? If there are any adjustments, you are going to adjust that to the profit of last 5 years, and then you are going to divide it by number of years in order to calculate the average. So that profit is called adjusted average annual profit. So now in the first step we are going to calculate the adjusted average annual profit after adjusting for abnormal losses. What is the meaning of abnormal losses? It is not a normal loss, it is an abnormal loss, maybe because of unexpected happenings in the business. Okay, now let us suppose that there was unexpected fire in the shop, and because of that you have lost goods worth rupees 1 lakh, but the insurance company has given you compensation only for 60,000. The remaining 40,000 is the loss on account of fire in the shop. So it is not a normal loss, it should be taken as the abnormal loss. So when you prepare the profit and loss account, where do you show this loss on account of fire? That will be debited to the profit and loss account. Because of that your profit will be decreased. Okay, but we are going to calculate the value of goodwill under normal circumstances by taking only normal losses. If there is any abnormal loss which is deducted from the profit and loss account, so it should be add it back in order to calculate the normal profit. I hope you understood. If there are any normal losses which is already adjusted to the profit and loss account, that results in decrease in the profit, we want the normal profit, because the fire will not happen every year. You will not have fire in the shop every year. Okay, only once in a while you will come across such unexpected happening. So in order to calculate the normal profit under normal circumstances, if there is any abnormal losses which is deducted from the profit, so that should be added back to calculate the normal profit. Okay, then the other one is non-operating profits or losses, or non-operating income or expenses. Let us say you have made investment in the debentures of one particular company, okay, or you have invested in the shares. So in that case, if you are making investment in the other companies, then you will have fixed income. If you will get interest on debentures every year, but is it a operating income? No, it is not operating income. Your operation is buying and selling of goods, but you are getting this extra interest on debenture. It is because of non-operating transaction. Let us say that every year you are going to get 5,000 as an interest on debenture, interest on investment made in government securities, etc. Okay, but where you are going to show that in the profit and loss account, that will be credited to the profit and loss account. Because of that, the profit will be increased. But we want to calculate the value of goodwill only taking the operating profit, but this is a non-operating income or profit. So what you have to do, it should be deducted from the profit of that particular year, okay, in order to calculate the normal operating profit. Similarly, non-recurring income or expenses, okay, non-recurring means which is not recurring in nature. You will not come across such adjustments every now and then. Only in once in a while you will have such transaction. For example, there is a machinery which you have been using for several years. It has become old, you want to replace it. Now the book value of that machinery is 20,000, but you are selling it for 22,000. So what happens here? You are getting 2,000 profit on the sale of fixed asset, that is machinery. But is it recurring in nature? Every year will you sell the machinery? No, only once in a while you will come across such adjustment. If you are preparing the profit and loss account, this profit on sale of machinery will be credited to the profit and loss account. Because of that, the profit of that particular year will be increased. But that should not happen, because you should not consider non-recurring profits or losses while calculating the value of goodwill. So what you have to do, if you have credited the non-operating profit, then it should be, non-recurring profit, then it should be deducted. Okay, similarly, let us suppose that the value of machinery was 20,000, but it is sold only for 15,000. Thereby, you are getting a loss of 5,000. Again, where are you going to show that? In the profit and loss account by way of debiting. And when you debit that, the profit of that particular year comes down. It decreases. Okay, but we want to have only operating profit under normal circumstances. This is a non-recurring loss which is debited to the profit and loss account. Because of that, the profit has decreased. So in order to have the operating profit in normal circumstances, what you have to do, you have to add back that loss. Okay, loss on sale of machinery of 5,000 should be added back to the profit of that particular year in order to calculate the operating profit which is recurring in nature. Okay, so these are the adjustments which you have to do to the profits given in the question in order to calculate the adjusted average annual profits. Okay, then after that you are going to calculate in the second step average future maintainable profits. In addition to these adjustments, that is abnormal losses, non-operating profits or losses, non-recurring income or expenses, or non-recurring profits or losses, if you are given some transaction wherein till now you did not have such kind of expenses, but now anymore in the future you will come across such expense. So in such a case, you have to calculate the second one, that is average future maintainable profits. Okay, so now these are the adjustment which you are adjusting to the profit which are already given. But I am talking about certain expenses which have not been taken into consideration till now in the books of account, but anymore in the future you may come across such expenses. For example, till now they have not taken up any insurance policy. Okay, now anymore in the future they have decided to take up one insurance policy on the properties of the firm. So what will happen? Till now the insurance premium has not been shown in the books of account, but in the future you will have that expense, that is insurance premium, every year you have to pay. So if you are given such kind of adjustment, then you have to go for the second step calculation, that is calculation of average future maintainable profit. If you are not given such expenses, then from first step directly you can go for calculation of third step, that is valuation of goodwill. Goodwill is equal to adjusted average annual profits into number of years of purchase. If you are given such kind of expenses which are recurring in, which you come across in the future, only then this second step will come. Okay, let's see what are the adjustment, how to calculate the future average future maintainable profit. First you have to write adjusted average annual profit as we calculate in the first step. After that, you have to deduct the expenses or losses that are likely to be incurred in the future. Okay, you want to calculate here what is the average future maintainable profit in the future, what is the normal average profit expected to be earned in the future. But here, if there are any expenses which you are going to incur in the future, so that should be deducted from the adjusted average annual profit. Okay, then if you are given certain expenses, till now such expenses were incurred in the firm, but anymore in the future that expenses will not come. Let us say you had so many employees but you have fired some of them, so that in the future you need not pay salary to those staff who have been fired from the job. So those expenses will not be recurring, or those expenses will not likely to be incurred in the future. So you have to add that to the profit in order to calculate the average future maintainable profit. So what is the adjustments you have to do here? If there are expenses which are likely to be incurred in the future, you have to deduct it. If there are some expenses which are not likely to be incurred in the future, you have to add that. Okay, so when you do this adjustment, you will have average future maintainable profit. So this is the second step. Then coming to the third step, we are going to calculate the value of goodwill. As I said, if these adjustments are given, then you are going for the second step calculation. Then the the formula would be average future maintainable profit into number of years of purchase. On the other hand, these adjustments are not given. The expenses which are likely to be incurred in the future or not likely to be incurred in the future, it is not given. Then you are not going for the second step calculation. Only in the first step you are going to calculate the adjusted average annual profit. Then straight away you are jumping to the third step, that is calculation of value of goodwill. So in that case the formula would be adjusted average annual profit into number of years of purchase. Here I have given example so that we can understand all these steps. Okay, Mr. X purchased the business of Mr. Y as on 1st April 2014. The profits earned by Mr. Y for the preceding period ended 31st December are 2011 50,000, 2012 60,000, 2013 54,000. It was found that the profit for the year 2011 included a non-recurring income of 2,000, and the profit for the year 2013 was reduced by 3,000 due to abnormal loss on account of fire in the shop. The properties of the business were not insured before, but it was thought to insure the properties in future. The insurance premium was expected to be rupees 500 per annum. Mr. Y, at the time of purchasing the business, was employed as a manager with Mr. X for a monthly salary of 1000 rupees. Okay, he intends to replace the manager of the business, who is presently paid rupees 750 per month. Goodwill is estimated at 2 years purchase of the average profit of the past 3 years. Calculate the value of goodwill. So this is the question given here. Let us analyze the question now. So here it is given that Mr. X purchased the business of Mr. Y, which means that earlier the business was carried on by Mr. Y. Now who is purchasing this? Mr. X is purchasing the business of Mr. Y. Okay, and the profit for the last 3 years they have given 2011 50,000, 2012 60,000, 2013 54,000. It was found that profit for the year 2011 included a non-recurring income of 2,000. So what is the profit for the year 2011? It is 50,000, and this 50,000 includes a non-recurring income. What we discussed just now, if there is a non-recurring income, it will be credited to the profit and loss account in the year 2011. Because of that, the profit was increased. But in order to calculate the value of goodwill, we require only recurring profit, okay, which is because of your normal course of action. or normal course of business. So what you have to do, you have to deduct this 2000 from the profit of 50,000 relating to the year 2011 in order to have normal recurring profit. So I once again explain this point. The profit of 2011 included non-recurring income. Whenever non-recurring income is shown in the profit and loss account, because of that in the year 2011 profit was increased, that is 50,000. But in order to have normal profit which is recurring in nature, what you have to do, you have to exclude that. Excluding is nothing but you have to deduct it from the profit of 2011, that is 50,000 minus 2,000 you have to do in order to calculate the recurring profit because of your operation. Okay, then profit for the year 2013 was reduced by 3,000 due to abnormal loss on account of fire in the shop. Okay, what is the profit for the year 2013? It is 54,000. And in the year 2013, whenever they prepared the profit and loss account, they have debited one item, that is loss on account of fire to the extent of 3,000. So when they debit this abnormal loss, because of that the profit of 2013 has been decreased, and the decreased profit is how much? 54,000. So in order to calculate the normal profit, so what you have to do, you have to add back this abnormal loss to the profit of 54,000. So in that case, what will be the normal profit? 54,000 plus 3,000, it will be 57,000. Okay, then the properties of the business were not insured before, but it was thought to insure the properties in future, which means that so far when Mr. Y was carrying on the business, he did not take up any insurance policy on the properties of the firm. But now when Mr. X is purchasing the business, in the future he is planning to take up an insurance policy, and the insurance premium expense will come to 500 per annum. So in which step we have to consider this? This is the expense which is likely to be incurred in the future. So this adjustment should be taken in the second step while calculating the average future maintainable profit. Okay. Then Mr. White, at the time of purchasing the business, was employed as a manager with Mr. X. Earlier Mr. Y was the owner, but now he is selling his business and he would like to work as a manager with the new owner, that is Mr. X, and Mr. Y would be getting a monthly salary of 1,000 rupees. Again, till now he was not getting any salary because he was the owner of the business, but anymore in the future he should be paid 1,000 rupees as the salary. Again, this is the expense which is likely to be incurred in the future, in which case in which step you are going to consider. It should be taken into consideration in the second step, that is while calculating the future maintainable profit. 1,000 per month means 1,000 into 12, 12,000. Okay, then this Mr. Y, when he is employed with Mr. X as a manager, he would replace the manager of the business who is presently paid at 750 per month, which means that whenever the old partner Mr. Y was carrying on the business, there was one manager. Okay, now we can consider him as the old manager. Okay, now when Mr. Y is only becoming the manager, that old manager will be sent out of the business. Okay, he need not be paid this 750 per month in the future. So what does it mean? In the future, this 750 per month, the salary of the old manager will not likely to be incurred in the future, because he is fired from the job. He is sent out of the firm, business. So he will not be paid any salary of this 750. So again, this is the expense which is not likely to be incurred in the future, so it should be again taken into consideration in the second step. Okay, so now we have to calculate the value of goodwill on the basis of 2 years purchase of the average profits of the past 3 years. Okay, so we are going to follow all the steps. First step for the calculation of adjusted average annual profits, then second step for calculation of average future maintainable profit, and in the third step, after calculating average future maintainable profit, we are going to multiply the number of years of purchase, and here it is 2 years purchase, nothing but 2 times. Okay, now let's see how to calculate the adjusted average annual profit in the first step. First, we have to prepare one table, and the table begins with profits as given. Okay, so here it is given that the profits for 3 years 2011 50,000, 2012 60,000, 2013 54,000. Okay, so these are the profits as given in the question. So now we have to take up the first adjustment, which is already adjusted to the profits of these 3 years. Okay, 2011's profit includes a non-recurring income. So what you have to do, you have to deduct it. So you will write here minus non-recurring income included. You have to deduct it only from the 2011's profit. Other column it will be dash. Okay, so now you have to have the balances 48,000, 60,000 and 54,000. Then what is the other adjustment? In the year 2013, the profit was reduced due to abnormal loss on account of fire. So what is the adjustment? You have to add back that abnormal loss debited in the year 2013 only. Other column it will be dash. Okay, now again you are going to have the balances. So you will have adjusted annual profits 48,000, 60,000 and 57,000. So after adjusting for these adjustment, we are going to calculate the adjusted average annual profit, that is 48,000 plus 60,000 plus 57,000 divided by number of years. How many years? 3 years. So we will get adjusted average annual profit at 55,000. So we have completed the first step. Then coming to the second step, that is for the calculation of average future maintainable profit. So first we need to write adjusted average annual profit as we calculated in the previous step, that is 55,000 less the other expenses which are likely to be incurred in the future and which are not likely to be incurred in the future. So that those adjustments have to be considered here. First, let us write about insurance premium. Till now there was no insurance policy anymore. In the future they will incur that insurance premium to the extent of 500 per annum. So it should be deducted. The expenses which are likely to be incurred in the future, that has to be deducted. So less insurance premium likely to be incurred in the future 500. So you will have balance of 54,500. Then again there are adjustment with regard to salary. Okay, Mr. Y should be paid a salary because he is employed with the new owner Mr. X as the manager. So what is the salary he should be paid? 1,000 per month. So 1,000 into 12, which comes to 12,000. So you have to deduct it. So the balance would be 42,500. That Mr. Y, he is replacing the old manager who was earlier paid 750 per month, but anymore in the future he is not going to be paid any salary. So that is the expense which is not likely to be incurred in the future. So you have to add back that. Okay, add old manager's salary not likely to be incurred in the future, 750 per month into 12, it comes to 9,000. You are going to add that. So we will have average future maintainable profit at 51,500. So we have completed here second step. Now coming to the third step, that is calculation of value of goodwill. So value of goodwill here is equal to average future maintainable profit into number of years of purchase, 51,500 into 12, which comes to 1,03,000. Okay, so this is how we calculate the value of goodwill wherever they have given the adjustment for abnormal losses, non-recurring expenses, non-operating expenses, income, etc. And also wherever they give you the expenses that are likely to be incurred in the future or that are not likely to be incurred in the future, you have to follow all these 3 steps. Okay, let us take a few more questions under this first method itself, that is average profit method. After that, let us take up the second method. So we will meet up in the next session. Thank you for watching.